Welcome to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Every week, you can have the conversations you've always wanted to have about the films you love.
Shut up!
We're gonna get you. Not another peep.
Get rid of your distractions and prepare yourself.
Then lock your door. 5, 6, crucifix.
You got a big surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere.
Welcome everybody to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Danny Bonin here with you.
And Scotty Bonin with you guys.
We are the Blood Brothers.
I'll just let you say it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
The Rob,
yes.
Baby cakes. Oh, I see Rob's sexy face in the CCH page posted 7 hours ago.
I did.
Huey Lewis and the new shirt, just with his little.
I even did an American Psycho quote. I figured Danny would be all over that. Seeing
like
I saw the post. I just just didn't have much to say about that.
you just ignored it because you know that I dislike because I don't love the movie.
I didn't even really I realized it, but I didn't even give it any meaning. It's just like, oh yeah, there's Rob posted.
What do you mean give it any meaning?
I don't know.
That's the only good part of that entire movie.
Well, that's not true. The only good part about that entire movie is the entire movie.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I need to actually watch it again. I probably hadn't seen that movie in. Actually, I haven't seen that movie since probably like my first or second episode of this show when it got brought up that you liked it, and I was like, I need to try that out again.
You gotta. It's great.
Did you listen to us cover the movie on CCH?
I believe maybe that's what it was.
Maybe that's why. Yeah,
I heard y'all cover it. We need to. We need to go back and just have me cover it.
Oh, just you.
Well, no, I mean, just my opinion is the only one that matters. Really.
No.
That was one of our earlier episodes. I remember we had Josh on with us.
That was like 10 episodes in or so. It was very early on.
It was.
When we were all just young podcasters. So.
Yep. Now we're veterans here on 180 some episodes.
173 or something.
Oh my God, 170. Oh wow.
It's pretty crazy.
Is that what it is? Wow.
I think this is 173. That doesn't count the like 5 or 10 Deadite Lounge episodes we did.
Yeah. And the interviews do count. I mean, they're intermingled in there, but they still count.
All right, a Christmas horror story.
Christmas horror story.
I mean, it was a movie.
It was a Christmas horror story. More of an anthology horror film, but I liked it.
It was pretty cheesy.
Yeah,
there's some CGI.
A lot of CGI.
Or
when you have
like
to see, they CGI'd chains in this movie.
Did they? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's like, how can you not afford chains?
Yeah,
and I'm gonna go right out here and say that I'm uncomfortable when movies do high school. You got like the classic Screams and Freddy and Friday the 13th, and they're all kind of, you're led to believe they're high school or young adults, but like when there's sex scenes in movies and the kids look 14, that's not cool, man. That's like really uncomfortable.
Are you talking about the girl who looked exactly like Elijah Wood?
Yes. and she looks like she's 14. Like they are 15. They're sophomores in high school tops. Like, don't put that in your movie.
She's let's see, she's 23 right now. Zoe DeGrand. I looked this up already. Zoe DeGrand Mason. So if she's 23 now, and this movie was made in 2015, then she would be, I guess, 20.
Yeah, I'm sorry. She may have been. That's fine, but no, there's a reason why. Like there's always the joke. Yeah, these 30-year-old high school students, or yeah, that's fine. Like that's okay.
Yeah,
then
this was younger.
Then if we get that scene that you're inevitably going to get, you don't feel like you're on a watch list. Like I'm afraid. I'm going to delete this movie from my history just in case there's some kind of
I don't know what's up with Rob and what's up with Rob and sex scenes. That's the main comment he had when he looked at the first full cut of She Walks the Woods was Vivian taking her shirt off, making out with Potter.
I can't meet her or Potter now. Like Potter seems like a really cool guy. He seems like a really cool guy.
He is.
And as I'm watching through it, I'm like, he's funny. I really like him. And then I literally had to pause the movie because I was blushing and I had to leave the room.
Oh my god!
I couldn't
because of the sex scene. Well, not even sex scene. It was just kissing scene.
Oh, no! It was fine when they were just flirting, but then when it cuts to the intense, and then then she reveals her brassiere, and I wasn't expecting that to happen at all. And I mean, I take that back. I should have expected it because we all discussed it and we wrote it like that.
Exactly.
Well, we didn't write it like that, but
just
no, not like that. But we, because this is, when the people see the movie, it's a very fun kind of almost ad-libbed, in the moment, movie. It's more natural that way. But we all had the expectation of that happening when we kind of discussed the characters, and I knew it was coming. And then when I started to see it happening, I became very embarrassed and I became ashamed of myself for what I was doing. And I mean, she shouldn't have. She just didn't. I don't want her to feel like she had to. I hope she was okay with it.
She's fine with it. She was.
You just thought you're like a jumbled mess talking about it.
No, I am because it embarrasses me. It embarrasses me, and like I don't know why, but it does. Like that's just really like it really shocked me. Like because when I was watching, I'm like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. Okay, they're kissing and everything, and then like when I was like, oh my god, nobody told me this was going to happen. I should have been emailed.
At least they seem a little bit older in She Walks the Woods. I mean, in A Christmas Story, they seem a little younger because they're high school kids. And
oh no, that was what they did, and that was completely just disgusting and perverted.
Yeah, I mean for this one, Zoe DeGrand, who plays Molly, she gets possessed by the ghost that's down there in the St. Joseph's Academy basement, and then she seduces both the guys. I guess she seduces both the guys, and then he pulls it out of his little zipper, and then they get it on, and then she snaps out of it, I guess. But it was a little off-putting. She had a little skirt, and she was hiking it up. I'm like, okay, this little high school girl's gonna what's going on here?
It was very bad. I mean, that was more disturbing than like the really weird latex like fetus. Like that wasn't as disturbing as the awful child pornography that was going on.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So anyways, she did look like Elijah Wood though.
Yes, she did.
Looks like Elijah Wood. Yeah, a girl version. Yeah.
And they all had chapped lips.
Yeah, it's very cold.
Noticed that.
Very cold and dry down there.
They all had chapped lips.
Yes, so. Especially her. She had big time chapped lips.
Yeah, I don't know that she looked 14, Rob. I don't know if I'd go that low.
I mean 16. It's still too young.
I'd say 18, 17, 18.
I may or may not have been 14 when I first, stuck someone.
I mean, but I don't want to see that. I don't want to know about. I know it happens. I just don't want to know that it happened.
She got possessed to do it. It was the ghost that was that was making her do it. It was the who made her do it. It was the girl's ghost that the nuns refused to have her baby. They removed her baby, and then she wanted to have the guy impregnate her, so she was forced to do it.
I think that was fairly obvious.
Well, yeah, I know it was obvious, but it's for good movie making, right? You always.
I wouldn't call it good movie making. I mean, it's for movie making.
Intriguing.
The only good part about this movie to me was William Shatner just getting slammed on eggnog.
Yeah. And they paid him a shit ton of money to come in for half a day and just film all that.
Just whiskey.
That was him legitimately drinking, probably.
Yeah.
He took down that whole 750.
He was doing it, and this movie it was okay. It just had its moments that it was like what we talked about. Like, it's fine to be a low budget movie, but like, don't try to do things that aren't in your low budget movie. Like, the CGI was pretty bad. I thought the Krampus was awful. This weird pasty.
I thought he was okay.
I thought the Krampus was okay.
Didn't you see his rippling pectorals?
I wonder if those were real rippling pectorals.
Yeah, I wonder too. I wonder who played. I have it pulled up here. I wonder who played Krampus. Let's see here.
I wonder if that was just like a latex bodysuit for the rippling pectorals.
Let's see here.
Who was Krampus played by?
Bob Archer. Let's take a look at Bob Archer here. He's third
Bob
build.
Bob Archer is an accountant.
Oh yeah, Rob Archer.
Rob Archer. He does look like a big guy.
For Pixels, Kick-Ass 2. He's been in a few things.
Yeah, 6'6", 285 pounds of solid etched muscle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what he says.
Yeah, there he is.
Krampus. He's no Derek Mears.
Oh,
here he is in Trench 11.
I don't think Derek Mears is 6'6".
Derek Mears is probably like Derek Mears.
Oh yeah, he is, right? Is he?
He's a big guy. Derek Mears.
I guess he's just not that muscular.
Scotty should be auditioning for every Derek Mears part. Him and Derek Mears look like brothers.
Got the baldness because we have no facial hair. Well, I have stubblies.
It's not just the baldness. It's like the ears. You got kind of like the same ears.
No eyebrows.
Oh, I mean, you have some eyebrows, don't you?
Some, yeah, not, but yeah, he has like none. Unless,
he's got alopecia or whatever. It doesn't matter. He's a handsome man.
He is a handsome bald man. Handsome.
All right,
bald.
yeah, no, that's no bodysuit. This guy's really, really big. All right.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. I mean, obviously, the one CGI that I noticed, I felt like I was watching like a Resident Evil game on PS4.
Oh, the beginning.
When they were coming into the beginning into Santa's
oh my god, yeah,
lair, or Santa's palace in the North Pole there.
Oh, it was definitely a video game.
Yeah, it looked video game
type thing.
Yeah.
Can we get the developers from Resident Evil PS2?
No, original PS.
PS4.
Like the 16-bit. Like, who did the Sonic the Hedgehog for Genesis? That's what we got to get.
Wow, what a mansion. That's the first line. That's the first line in Resident Evil, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I've never played Resident Evil.
Why'd you say it?
God.
Did you say it in the Judd Crandall voice?
I didn't. Wow, what a mansion.
Eventually, Judd Crandall is going to slip so deep into Danny's subconscious, he's going to just talk like him all the time.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said it right there. Oh.
No.
Oh, wow.
I don't think so, Robert.
He's going to be down there in the basement all alone in the dark. He's going to go through the whole Jack Torrance Shining thing, but he's going to start talking like Judd Crandall instead.
Yeah.
I love it when a couple of 14-year-olds in a movie get to banging.
Oh god!
Just love it when they get to banging through the zipper.
Oh,
banging through the zipper.
You know that's uncomfortable. It's not good.
That's got to rub. And it's
definitely something like a 16-year-old would try. Like just real quick anything.
This movie was filmed in Canada. as you might have known from the credits. Toronto was credited a lot. A lot of the actors in here are from Canada, like the main girl, Zoe Degrand, and the other girl in the other family from the other story, Caprice Bauer, who's played by Amy Forsyth.
Quite a few stories. There
was 4 stories.
I want to talk about the troll story, Changeling. What? No, who goes to get their Christmas tree on Christmas Eve? No one.
Well,
no one.
No, not me. I got mine a month ago.
Yeah. See, no one goes on Christmas Eve to get their tree.
Yeah, well, but at least they went and got a tree. They're not like fake trees just aren't good. Yeah, you have to have a real tree. You got to go out there. Now, I am jealous that they get to go cut it down themselves.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Yeah,
I always just go to the lot and get one.
We have a couple friends
we don't do it in Florida, obviously, but
yeah. Do you get a tree or do you have a fake tree, Rob?
I got a real tree, son.
Oh hell
so
yes!
So they ship in like pine trees.
It's a Douglas fir.
Douglas fir, whatever.
Did you get it from, or is it?
I particularly prefer the Fraser fir myself. I find that the needles
I like the Niles fir.
What?
That's Fraser's brother's name in the TV show Frasier.
I've never seen Frasier.
You're missing out. Daphne's hot.
What to do with them? Toss salad and scrambled eggs.
They call it again.
All right.
Like welcome to the UPN late night podcast.
Yeah, exactly. We got Frasier. I like the Douglas fir though. I like the Douglas fir.
I don't know what it is. Is the Fraser the one that has like the stiffer, sort of shorter needles?
Yeah, the stiffer, waxy, short.
I like that better too. But they're usually more expensive, right?
Yeah, they are. But they are. It's because the Douglas has got those thin, long, kind of pointy needles. I like the thick, short, stubby ones.
Yeah, me too. Because those they hold ornaments a lot better.
Yeah, and they don't shed. My tree's alive and well, but it's shedding.
I think we got the cheaper one. We got like the noble fir or the balsam fir or something. I think I have a balsam fir.
I got a Douglas fir. It's a 7 or 8 footer, or 7 to 9 footer. I'm not sure exactly what the measurement is, but
I think mine was that same thing. Like it turned out to be like 8 foot.
Mine was like $80.
Yeah,
mine was like $35.
What? And yours is not that tall. No way.
See,
it is. We had to actually take like the loppers and cut some of it because it was touching the ceiling, and I got 8-foot ceilings.
The Cindy loppers?
Oh, the loppers, the choppers. That you prune the bushes.
The hedge pruners. Trimmers, the hedge clippers.
Well, I guess you could say they're
or the hand ones.
They're like the hand ones, but they're loppers. Damn it! I don't know any other way to describe them.
Okay, all right. Loppers. It is.
Our bassist in our band, David, he said he goes up every year to chop one down, and it's only like $25. You pick your own, you chop it, it's $25.
I don't know. Does he chop it, or does he use a chainsaw or something?
He uses a saw. Yeah, but
see, Danny, you could have cleaned up. You could have gone up there and cut down like 20 of them things and sold them for $80 a piece.
Yeah, yep, I sure could have. I'd have to have a license to have a lot, though.
No, you don't need a lot. You just throw them in the back of your Chevy.
Just drive around like people do with knockoff cologne and car stereos.
Mm-hmm.
Be like,
well, yeah.
Be like, hey,
meat. Like I used to sell meat door to door out of the back of a pickup truck.
Be like, have you ever? That's happened to me at least twice, where someone pulls up, says they have a home stereo system they need to get rid of real quick that they got for super shit. Their boss wants them to get rid of real quick.
That happened.
That happened to us on tour, but it's happened to me before as well. Seriously, that's never happened to you, Rob?
Oh yeah, no. I had one guy at a gas station who offered to sell me used baseball hats.
What?
Like he was like, hey man, you like I can't remember what team it was, but it's like, like, hey man, you like the Yankees? I'm like, no, not really. He's like, well, what about this team? And I think it was like Tampa Bay Bucks or something. I was like, yeah. I mean, I kind of like him or whatever. And he was like, hey, check this hat out right here. He's like, this is a limited edition, like flat bill hat, and it had like a sweat ring in it. He's like, He's like, man, this hat's like usually like $60. I'll sell it to you right now for like $10.
See,
and I was like, a part of me was kind of like, that's not a bad deal. This is legit. But I mean, I just don't I don't think I could ever do that.
You're talking about like an isolated incident. I'm saying the stereo thing has happened to me twice, and then I've heard it happening to someone else. I think it's like.
Has anybody bought one yet?
I think that's like a thing. I actually think that it's a nationwide thing where some people like run their business that way.
I think it's more of a surround sound system.
Surround sound for your TV at home. It's happened to me twice.
Feeder system,
And I saw someone post on Facebook about it recently. I know it's happened to other people. I think like someone like I don't know if it's a scam. They're probably working theater systems, but that's like their marketing ploy. They drive around with one in their truck, and both times it happened to me, they said almost the exact same thing. They're like, "Hey man, you wanna buy a home surround sound system for like 80% off?" It's like we just got done on an install and it's extra, and the boss says I got to get rid of it by the end of the day. Like literally, both of them said that to me. I'm like, no, thank you.
You should have taken them up on it.
Oh, okay.
You could have an awesome. Do you have a surround sound system?
I do actually. Yes.
Oh well, see, I guess you don't need one. Then.
No.
I mean, that could have been a good Christmas present for somebody. 80% off. That's
but then it's probably really not 80% off because that's how they're just selling all of them. They don't got to get rid of it by the end of the day.
Well, I mean, I think you're giving these people a little bit more credit than they deserve.
Where they came from.
No, you are.
All I'm saying is that you could have got Scotty a nice surround sound stereo for 80% off. And
I have a crappy one right now.
And all I'm saying is that you're coming off really selfish, Danny.
No. Or have you got the guys that sell knockoff cologne out of their trunk? Have you gotten those guys?
Those guys.
No. I mean, like
you haven't. What the hell?
No,
those guys aren't around.
It sounds like you have mobile flea markets in Colorado.
Seriously, like they'll pop open their trunk and they'll be like, "I got Aquadigio, I got fucking Curve, I got." But then when they show them to you, it's like it's not Curve, but it smells exactly like it, but it's like a generic brand.
It's bottled with no label on it.
Yeah.
I wore Curve in high school.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
High school cologne. Curve.
What do you mean? What did you wear in high school? CK1 or something?
You probably bathed in Curve. You probably just.
I did bathe in Curve.
I wore Kitty Cappy in high school.
When I was first dating my wife, she mentioned that she liked Curve.
Yeah.
And I went somewhere and I bought like, I don't know, 3/4 of a gallon, the biggest bottle they had. And I used to keep it in my glove box.
Yeah. And 10 sprays is just right.
Yep. I would roll the windows up in the truck. I would roll the windows up in the truck, and so it wouldn't escape. And then I would mist heavily in the truck, and just to make sure, like I got the good, like it stuck really well, I would cut the heat on in the truck, even in the middle of summer.
Oh God!
Just to get the pheromones flowing. You know what I mean? Not like sweaty, because you don't want to come up sweaty, but just to warm the skin, open the pores up,
stimulate.
I'm sure that you sprayed it all over your ball sack too.
Oh yes. Like, I mean, I was damp from like the knees up when I was going to musk.
Oh God.
So let's
Anyways, no one chops down and gets their Christmas tree on Christmas Eve, because then you only have it up for like a few days and you take it down again.
Yeah.
Or you burn it in the backyard like a real American.
That's true.
Or
and
you feed it
speaking of that story, that wasn't that story. I just have random notes from all the stories here. The elf dies from getting his hand chopped.
Well, he comes back to life.
Well, yeah, I know. They all come back to life. They're zombie elves.
He's very sick, and he's on his last breath, and he chops his hand, and
so he's going to die whether he chopped his hand or not.
I guess so. Saying. The blade was infected.
Is there?
And then
there's just, aside from a couple small connections, I know they all end up connecting somehow. These stories do
interwoven stories.
They're just so different that it's really weird. It's like,
I mean, the best story is Santa Claus, because it turns out to be whatever Gary the Weatherman.
Yeah,
Norman.
Yeah,
Norman
from the radio station.
Yeah, but it's just like you have zombie elves, but then you have like supernatural possession, and then you have it's just all over the board. I think that normally, we just watched Trick or Treat. Didn't they at least like?
They were really tied together. Like you actually saw the characters almost interact with each other. But I mean, Trick or Treat probably has got to be one of the best anthology movies besides like Creep Show. Creep Show is probably the best.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I like Trick or Treat. There's actually a couple of reviews that I was reading about this movie that kind of call it pretty good. Jake D from Arrow in the Head rated it 5 out of 10, calling it overlapping segments uneven, and stated that only the final 2 segments managed to be memorable. But yeah, I think they were a little uneven. You know, I don't know. I would agree with that.
It took me.
I thought the Changeling was disturbing because the woman was like bald, and it just.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, just let your soul glow, girl. I mean, just put it out there.
It took me like half the movie to. I don't know, it was weird. I didn't really know it was anthology, but once I realized it was, I sort of remembered that I heard that. But it took me like halfway through until I was like, oh, these aren't going to tie together. It's like an anthology. Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah, because, it does. I mean, the guy in the Changeling story was a cop.
Dad. That was involved in the case.
He was involved in the St. Joseph's Academy when they found the 2 kids dead. And then we have these teenagers coming in and doing a documentary on it, and they saw the video that the cop released, and so it interchanged. And now obviously we have William Shatner, who's the DJ, and he's kind of pulling all this together with the stories. He's just in the middle of all the stories, which kind of doesn't really, I don't know, it makes sense, I guess, but he's just kind of there for some comedic relief as well.
Yeah.
No, but he definitely was the best of it. I mean,
he wasn't really the best actor.
No, but I mean, it's
a lot of
Bill.
them
It's Bill Shatner.
Dangerous Dan. That's.
Sorry. I was talking about Santa, not Will.
No,
not Shatner.
Bill Shatner.
Sorry. I was just mixing it up there.
George Booza.
It's like scanning, trying to see if the girl who played Molly is also the same girl that played like Demon Girl, because they look similar.
But I don't know. They do look kind of similar.
The girl that played the Demon Girl that wanted
what was Demon Girl's name? I
Zoe DeGrand to have her baby.
Yeah, I don't know.
All about. I mean, I really, and they really do kind of poorly with the whole, like, there is a double murder here. Like, I don't know how she, like. I don't think like the baby's gonna have a good time. This girl, this ghost that possessed her, is basically got her locked up for the rest of her life. I kind of feel bad for it. The poor child's gonna be institutionalized.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, just because
they don't ever answer those questions.
Sequel?
I mean, they didn't really show her like the whole story for her. I mean, she was a pregnant teenager who died back when the school was a covenant.
A convent.
Convent, sorry. Died when the school was a convent. And then the nuns gave her gruesome surgery to remove the baby, blah, blah. But then they didn't really explain that story that well, like what happened to her before this and why she's, why she killed the 2 people in the beginning and the cop got it on video, and then, why she wants to impregnate Molly, but I mean, I got it all, but that would be kind of cool. We kind of went more into that story.
Oh, goodness sakes! That means it's time for the horror halftime.
Yeah, see, you still kind of sound like Judd Crandall even when you're doing the horror halftime.
It's just you. You're just hearing Judd Crandall.
I
think you're
both
you're
of you.
It's in your self-conscious.
No, both of you are just hearing it now. It's not really there. You're just hearing it.
You're beginning to slowly morph into Judd Crandall.
Yeah, that's how you're going to sound when you're older.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. I don't think any of us are really complaining about it. I mean, just as long as you don't like end up in the news.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay. No.
Yeah, we don't want you to end up in the news with the with his little
Well,
kitties.
you just keep Zoe de Grand Maison away from me then.
Zoe de
Oh,
she is pretty.
She's 23 now.
Yeah, that's true. She's not that pretty.
She's my wife.
She's like an Olsen twins, I guess, kind of cute.
I think she's pretty.
I think Amy Forsyth's prettier.
Yeah.
Who's that?
She was the one in the Krampus story.
Oh, that's right. No, she was okay.
She was the daughter in the Krampus story. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I left it up to Rob to find out if we have a Hoarder Freak of the Week.
No Magusta.
Oh, no newbies, huh? No newbies.
You have Oliver B. again, David Martin.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone for participating once again. No more newbies yet. No official Hoarder Freak of the Week, but many Horror Freaks of the Week in my heart.
Yes. And remember, it relapses next season or after this.
None
year.
of that was the right terminology.
Yeah, well, it will start over.
There we go.
2018.
Yes. So keep pumping those memes in. Yes. Yeah. There's no winner.
God dang it! Come on, everyone's busy during.
I'm not looking at the memes right now, so Rob can tell you what his favorite is, or Scotty can. But
Oliver B. again had some really good ones. Yeah. David Martin. I mean, it's like it's the elites, man. The all stars show up. I mean, they
do.
It's awesome. It's very good, and hope maybe we'll we got all stars. You need to even if you don't want to participate in the meme thing, you need to go down to Patreon and participate there, and tune into the Cult Classic Action Show. Mm-hmm. Maybe we can start doing meme contests for that. Getting some get to the choppa. I'm sure we got some cool stuff like that we can make for you guys.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll have to. If we get enough people there, we can start doing that. So check it out. All right, that concludes the Hoarder halftime. Alrighty. Yes. So, also when they're trying to escape the basement before there's 14-year-old sex, they're not like really trying the keys. They're just like, it's like they don't know how to work a key.
I didn't really see one go fully in.
This key's not fitting. None of these keys fit.
They're just shaking them.
Yeah, they're just shaking them a lot.
I shook them at the lock last time. Something should happen now.
They should just kick down the door.
Why are you far away, Rob? What's happening? Rob told me.
Here.
He told me
maybe my mic faded out for a second.
His office is in his bedroom. I think that every now and then you just go lay on your bed and jack off while we're talking.
Oh, it is close enough to where I got like a 30-foot XLR cable and like a 20-foot headphone stretchy cable. I have pooped on this show. Just out of dire emergency.
It's in your nice, cozy room.
You just take the mic and the headphones into the bathroom with you?
Yeah, just like a late night show host. Just have the cable mic and everything, and the cables are tucked underneath the door. And I can just.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. See, if you had your office in your room, you'd be able to do the same thing.
I don't think my headphone cable wouldn't reach my bathroom.
Danny's thinking of putting his office in the basement.
Yeah. Well, I am. I'm already doing it. But you guys are telling me not to.
Are you up in your office?
I didn't say not to. I just said,
Well, I have to get some peace and quiet.
Go with what you feels right, Danny.
I need peace and quiet, and I don't have $1,500 to put a door on my opening.
Well, I mean,
make your own out of plywood.
You got kids.
I just put a piece of plywood over there.
It'll look nice and modern.
It won't plywood?
Yeah, if you stain it.
No.
Stain it, then you could put some
it's not even thick
there. Or make it look
I said to put beads
modern
up.
like.
No.
If you put beads up, then the children will be terrified of the beads, and they won't go anywhere near it.
Yeah,
that beads don't hold sound out.
Say they're voodoo.
Well, I mean, but it would keep them away from the beads, and then they wouldn't be close enough for you to hear the sound.
No. They're always close enough for me to hear the sound when they're screaming in the house.
Well, Shannon needs to be wrangling them children.
I know. Gosh.
I thought even though the CGI there was noticeably quite a bit of it in this movie, I thought it didn't really deter from it too much because I thought there was some good kills in it still, and there were some good jump scares actually.
There was a couple of really good ones.
I jumped a couple times.
I don't know. I don't remember there being really good jump scares, but
when during the video when the cop's in there, and then the girl like hangs down from the ceiling. Yeah, and then Sandy goes.
That one was pretty good. Yeah,
and then when the pregnant little girl, 15-year-old girl, rests her head on the shoulder of one of the guys and the kids in the basement. Yeah, and you see her bloody head. That was pretty good too.
Some of the writing wasn't the best. Like, I just thought it was so stupid when they're all sort of stuck in the basement and the kids, the nerdy kids, just sitting over there, and all of a sudden he's just like, one gift on Christmas Eve. And everyone's like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, we always get to open one gift on Christmas Eve. And then
the elves cussing was probably the best writing in this when he called her a reindeer fucking like snow whore. Yeah. I thought that was great.
Yeah. Reindeer fucking snow whore. Yeah, that was good.
That was pretty
Shiny.
Good.
Shiny, what's wrong, Shiny? Sparkles, no sparkles.
Because I'm shiny. Sorry.
That was good.
It's from Moana.
From what?
Moana. Haven't you seen Moana? You have kids.
Yeah, no, they've outgrown. They don't do those. Like,
The Rock is in Moana. The Rock is in Moana.
I'm not.
That makes it okay.
I think The Rock's a little overrated.
The Rock is the man.
I mean, you could think that. That's fine. I mean, there's nothing against thinking that. It's just, I think that.
I think that you're fundamentally wrong in your belief.
He definitely is the most man right now. I can't think of anybody on top of my head that's.
We were just looking this up. Apparently, George Clooney, highest paid actor in 2018, only because he sold his tequila company for $1 billion.
Yep.
Well, that's not really paying.
I know it's not, but he is an actor, and he made the most money this year.
Yeah. So if you want to just go with money on the Forbes
and it's some company I've never even heard of.
Let's say who's it like buying this
or something?
I don't remember what it was, but they bought it for like $1 billion. Anyways, it turned out that he profited $230 some million.
Wow!
In 2018, and The Rock is second and in at like 115 million. So like literally half of what Clooney made just because of that sale and his all his Nespresso commercials.
Yeah,
which are pretty funny. But and then who was third? It was like I think Hemsworth was fourth or something.
Yeah, I think
Hemsworth is dreaming.
Oh, Will Smith was up there too because of Bright.
Yeah.
I liked Bright. A lot of people crapped on that movie. I thought it was good. Apparently he gets paid a lot of money to do like motivational speeches now.
Yeah, well, they said Netflix paid him $24 million to be in Bright.
Yeah, or 20 million, I think, or 21 million or something.
I thought it was 24. I can't believe Netflix having that budget just to pay Will Smith to be. I mean, fucking what's his name was in it too.
I'm looking it up right now.
Brain fart. Hello. A really good actor that was in Warrior across from Tom Hardy.
Not Joel Edgerton.
Yeah, Joel Edgerton.
Yeah, Joel Edgerton. Yeah,
Joel Edgerton was in it too.
Jackie Chan. I think he was third.
Jackie Chan was in the top 5 too for making.
How is
money.
that?
I don't know. He did have a new film come out, didn't he? This last year.
Yeah. It looked good. It was. I think he's like somebody kidnapped his daughter kind of movie thing. But it looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways,
dang it! I had it. Well, yeah, Clooney's at the top, but I was just looking at it for you again. But
how'd you like the slight son on mom action in the bed?
Yeah, I was a little.
Even though he was technically a changeling troll.
Oh yeah. He was
that
like
story. That story was uncomfortable.
The sheet. That was a little, yeah. And then she was showering, and he snuck in on her when she was showering.
It was a story that would have made Burt Young proud.
Oh, the father was definitely Burt Young material. And what I don't understand about that whole thing is, like, if our child had done something like that, it wouldn't have just been my wife would have been worse. She would have all them presents that she had to wrap. Are you kidding me?
Oh, she wouldn't have cared about you getting your hand stabbed.
No. She would. She saw what happened to that tree. It would have been over.
That guy that was at the Grove, Big Earl, that was like owned the property and they stole the tree off his property. He's been in a ton of shit. I recognize him from a lot of things, but he is like a narc, Shanghai Noon, shooter. I mean, X-Files. He's been in like 180 things.
His name's Big Earl in it.
I recognize him from something, but yeah, he has a big IMDb credit list there.
Oh, big! Nice. I see it here. Big Earl is Alan C. Pete. Okay, yeah, I see him on here.
He was the guy in like the 1980 snowmobile.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Huh. Yep, I see him there.
So they gave she killed him, but they gave the zombie, I guess whatever you call the creatures of the forest, gave her son back. Yeah, the changeling. That's right. I thought they were killer.
He had his whitey tighties on.
Yeah, he did.
That's another uncomfortable scene.
You know, my favorite part of this whole movie is when that
I was waiting.
Kid crawled down to that big old butthole looking thing of a tree and came out in his whitey tighties.
No,
I tell you what, I had a hard on that was harder than oak.
Oh God.
One of my other favorite. God damn it, Judd. One of my other favorite lines was when they were running from Krampus when their car. One of the family that was in the car. They went to the aunt's house.
Horrible acting from that whole family, by the way.
Yeah, the whole family. The daughter did the best. Amy Forsyth.
Dad was horrible.
Dad was not good. But yeah, that's the next line that I was going to speak of. When they're running and he gets whipped with the Krampus's chain, and he's have I been shot?
Yeah, he was very confused about what happened.
Yeah.
Yep, he was very confused.
Gash there.
Also in that scene, weren't they like supposedly stuck off the road in the middle of nowhere? Like,
yeah.
On the aunt's property. Maybe she has a
in that scene there's
parcel of land.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's tons of footprints in the background and like a well-established trail that they're on.
I mean, it's all about it's demon magic because of Krampus.
It's like it was like well traveled. It's like they went to Central Park and filmed that.
Mm-hmm.
They probably filmed it in a park outside of Toronto.
Yeah, they probably did. Just real quick, someone's backyard.
I know there's a lot of forest and trees in Toronto, but I bet they were in the inner city and they like, oh, let's just go over here.
I do like how the one girl shows up and in front of her parents is just getting her face sucked off and her ass
squeezed and
she's like I stole these keys from my dad.
Yeah, but then he gives her a ride to go give it to them.
Yeah, in front of the school. Like they're just sitting there in front of the school, and it's like, why did they really, need the keys? Like they didn't. Like the school was still open for business. The principal's like walking around. Like I mean, I don't know if you needed this very detailed plan of stealing keys. And why does her dad have keys to the school? Like,
wasn't he like a business?
Yeah, he's not an
entrepreneur guy or something.
Yeah, he owned that like BioWare or whatever.
Yeah,
there's holes here. There are holes here.
There are massive holes here.
I was definitely glad that the kid got freaking the son got killed by Krampus.
Oh yeah, I just wish he would have been mutilated. I mean, he just kind of just goes off screen and disappears.
He freaking knocked off the Krampus figurine and said, "Oops!" Oh,
and I don't know why. Like her little assistant guy turned into Krampus. Like they didn't really go into detail about that. Like, I mean, why hasn't he turned into Krampus before? Is like
why aren't more people turning into Krampus? Their explanation was that it's just
if you're in a bad mood during Christmas,
then you turn into Krampus. So there should be like a ton of people turning into Krampus.
Yeah, I mean, I would be on that list.
Amy Forsythe, that was kind of sexy when she turned into Krampus.
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
not really. It just turned into the same guy.
Yeah, well, but
it did turn into a guy. Like I wish,
when her eyes got all black.
Like a female Krampus with some boobers wouldn't have been bad.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
And she was the only one of the kids that looked of age. Like they could have, but these people that wrote and directed this were obvious perverts. There's just no getting around it.
Yeah, the director wanted Zoe to hike her skirt up a little bit more, so some underwear, but she's like, nope. Like, come on.
It's okay. It's just,
Uh-oh.
Is that your kiddo? Is that Stella?
Nah, that's Elliot.
Uh-oh. There was 3 directors for this film. 3 directors: Grant Harvey, Steve Hoban, and Brett Sullivan.
Well,
so they all had a hand in it.
Which one is
3? You said directors? This says director John Fawcett right here.
Oh,
well, why?
Which one is the obvious child molester? Which one did the?
Because this little trivia says film takes place. The towns are the same as in Ginger Snaps and Orphan Black because this was intentional, as the filmmakers were responsible for the Ginger Snap films, and director John Fawcett is one of the creators of Orphan Black.
The Ginger Snap films are another one of weird, like creepily young high school girls.
Orphan Black did have Zoe DeGran-Mason in it too, so she was part of that movie as well. I think he just did that one. I don't think he had anything to do with. Maybe I don't see his name on here. I see the
I see these 3 right here. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't see his name either.
There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that wrote it. So a lot of people were in on this movie.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, that's really all I have to say about Christmas Horror Story.
Yep. I mean, it was there.
Apparently, it was.
I mean, there's only so many holiday Christmas horror movies here, so you got to bear with us. And people recommended this one.
Yeah, it was retitled "A Holiday Horror Story" for sale at some U.S. Walmart stores, but the title change was only made for the outside slip cover of copies and not the actual print of the film.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what that matters. Like, I mean,
it does. Yeah. Why Christmas Horror Story? A holiday horror story? I don't.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
Maybe because there's Christ and Christmas. I don't.
Yeah, it was at Walmart. We got to keep Christ in Christmas, even if it's in a horror story. like we don't want no holiday horror stories. We want a Christmas horror story.
Well,
what? Yeah, are you looking at IMDb?
I looked. Yeah, there's like 4 things, and none of them are interesting.
Maybe for the Supernatural fans, the guy playing Gerhardt also plays Death in Supernatural.
And I'm trying to wrap it up because Shannon gave me death eyes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, put Shannon on the podcast. Why did she give you death eyes? We need to talk about. Oh, is there those kind of? Is that serious?
It's like, why did you start 30 minutes later than you said you would? Death eyes, and you're not done yet.
Well, did you tell her that Scotty was having technical issues with his Skype?
No, I will when I get done. Yes.
Overall, I thought it was a good movie, though. I thought it was entertaining, and it's I think it's one that I could watch, during Christmas time again.
Well,
I thought it was a good one.
Well,
I mean, I could watch it again probably, but it definitely is not like going on my list of must.
He watches all the time. Yeah.
No, it's.
I still got to watch Krampus this year.
How have you not seen Krampus? Oh, you
this
mean
year.
like as the holiday tradition?
Yeah.
I already watched it once this year.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
We're apparently supposed to cover Gremlins next. I don't know. Is that happening?
New Gremlins.
That's what
I'll take Gremlins over this for sure.
That's what everyone keeps requesting. Gremlins that's technically a Christmas movie, I guess.
There's
yeah.
All right. Well, maybe
I guess you could ask, is it technically a horror movie? But I mean, I think it qualifies.
Yeah, it qualifies.
I guess maybe we'll be doing Gremlins next week, so tune in for that. Get your memes in from this. What'd you watch this week?
For a Christmas Horror Story, guys.
What everyone watched? What'd you watch this week, Rob?
I was going to watch The Nun, but Freddie Torres hooked me up with the digital copy.
Yeah,
why you didn't? Haven't got it. Haven't been so busy. I haven't had a chance.
It's crazy busy.
Nice.
Honestly, I've slacked off this week. I haven't watched anything at all.
I watched Daddy's Home 2 again with my family.
Oh, it's so fucking funny. I watched it with Danny too.
It was hilarious because we had to choose a Christmas movie to watch with my parents, and we just chose that one again. So
our stepdad was laughing his ass off.
So you guys talked about it. So I watched Prisoners, but then I realized like halfway through that I have seen it before.
Oh,
but
it's still awesome.
It was awesome. It was so I still didn't know like what I still remember what happened though. It's rare that I've seen a movie and I just forget it that much. You know what I mean?
Well, that's actually good though because then you're.
Oh, I was on edge the whole time. Like.
Oh, it's so good. Like the ending's perfect. Jake
Gyllenhaal's good.
Jake Gyllenhaal is because of that movie. I'll watch anything with Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
Yeah, he was amazing.
When he's buried underneath the ground and
God. So I did watch it, but I did realize I had seen it before, probably when it first came out, and I don't know why I forgot it that much because it is a good movie. So
yeah, it's really good.
I think that's
Detective Loki. He's got those tattoos and the slick back hair, and he's
got a little twitch too.
Yeah,
Or he blinks. His little blinks. He blinks a lot.
Yeah. Savannah noticed that. She was like, he's got like this. The ending when he's not going to give it away, but when he's in the car driving, that. Oh, dude, I was standing up. Like it's so intense, and you really don't know. You really do not know what's going to happen. Like it's so good.
It's a good movie. So that's really all I watched, I think, this week. No, you know what? I finished The Punisher on Netflix. It was fucking awesome.
Ooh.
Fucking love John Bernthal.
Yeah, he's good.
Anyways.
I watched one more episode of The Haunting of Hill House. It is good, but I'm like halfway through, so I need to finish that.
Yeah. All right. Well, shit. That wraps us. Follow us at Danny Bonin, at Scotty Bonin, at O'Neilio 4Os, at Cult Classic Horror, at CC Horror on Twitter, patreon.com/Cult Classic Horror to get a bunch of extra goodies and support us. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and we'll catch you next week on Gremlins.
Yeah, guys.
Don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Oh, yes. There will be blood.